Good morning, Monday, May 11th. I'm Alex with Main Street Briefing. Today, a tariff refund portal that may leave small importers behind, fresh manufacturing money from the SBA, and where mom and pop layoffs are clustering. 3 stories, 5 minutes, done. First up, the long-promised tariff refund portal is finally live, but small businesses may not see the money. After the Supreme Court struck down most of the Trump administration's broadest tariffs in February, U.S. Customs and Border Protection rolled out the Consolidated Administration and Processing of Entries portal, called CAPE. Importers can now apply to recover their share of $166 billion in tariffs already collected on goods that were ruled unconstitutional. That's the headline. Here's the catch for Main Street. A Federal Reserve survey found 42% of small firms called rising tariff costs their primary financial concern over the past year. But applying for a refund means tracking down old entry numbers, customs broker paperwork, and import documentation that small importers often didn't keep in audit-ready form. Larger companies like Costco and FedEx already filed lawsuits to lock in refund eligibility. Most small importers are starting from a cold spreadsheet. Industry estimates suggest billions could go unclaimed because the filing window is narrow and the documentation bar is high. If you paid these tariffs, your customs broker is your fastest path. They have the entry records on file. What to watch? Pull your top 3 importers' entry summaries this week and ask your broker in writing whether you qualify under the CAPE Phase 1 filing requirements before the next deadline. Story 2. The SBA put fresh manufacturing money on the table last week. On May 6th, the agency announced a $50 million grant pool to fund training and technical assistance for small manufacturers. That sits on top of the new Made in America loan guarantee, a 90% federal backstop on loans to manufacturers that the SBA rolled out at the end of March, plus waived loan fees for any business operating under NAICS sectors 31 through 33 for fiscal year 2026. And starting May 1st, those same manufacturers became eligible for the expanded International Trade Loan Program, also at a 90% guarantee, designed to fund facility expansion, hiring, and increased domestic production. For a small fabricator, machine shop, food processor, or contract manufacturer who's been holding off on a capacity decision because of tariff uncertainty, this stack effectively cuts the lender's risk in half and zeroes out the SBA fee. That's a real change in the math. The catch is that grant dollars run through community partners and small business development centers, not straight to the manufacturer. So the path requires a relationship, not just an application. Banks are still gating on cash flow and collateral the same as before. What to watch? Call your nearest small business development center this week and ask whether they have funded slots open under the new $50 million Made in America Manufacturing Technical Assistance Pool. Story 3. The smallest businesses are quietly shedding jobs and the location matters. CNN Business reported Wednesday that mom and pop shops are absorbing the worst of the tariff and cost pressure, with employment cuts concentrated at firms with fewer than 10 employees. Between April 2025 and April 2026, retail at sub-10 employee firms is down 41,700 jobs. Manufacturing at that same size band is down 38,600. Construction is down 17,700. Wholesale is down 10,400. That's roughly 108,000 jobs gone from the smallest layer of those 4 sectors in 12 months. The pattern matters because firms with under 10 employees cannot absorb a margin squeeze the way a 100-person company can. There's no overhead to cut, so the cut comes out of headcount or out of the owner's draw. Owners told reporters they were trying to stay alive, not grow. Meanwhile, NFIB's April jobs report showed 46% of owners who were hiring said they had few or no qualified applicants. So the small end is laying off in tariff-exposed industries while still struggling to fill open roles in others. What to watch? Model your payroll at a 5% gross margin compression scenario this quarter. If your headcount plan doesn't hold, replan now, not at year-end. That's Monday. 3 stories, tariff refunds, manufacturing money, and where small firm layoffs are clustering. I'm Alex. Catch you tomorrow with 3 fresh stories, 5 minutes, done.